All right. Oh, I'm talking with something in my mouth. I didn't want to give that up. That was good. Welcome. Tonight, you guys are in for a fucking treat. Let me tell you, you're in for a treat. And why? Why are you in for a treat? Because I'm fucking feeling it. That's why. I am feeling it. We're going to get into some illness that you ain't even heard about. We are going to get into some crazy history about America today. I'm going to make you question everything you were taught, and it's going to be beautiful. Your world is going to crumble. And that's what you need. Frankly, that's what you need. We need to fucking erase all the indoctrination that you have in your brain. We need to take that. It takes years to brainwash somebody, but it only takes a second to take them out of it. Okay? And tonight, we're going to take you out of it. We are going to take you out of the brainwashing that you've been put in. Okay? Because we're going back to the 1800s, 1700s, and we're going to show you some things. We're going to show you some crazy things that you're going to say, wow, I was fucking lied to this much on this level. All right? We're talking about a civilization here way before we were taught. We were talking about technology that was here way before we were told. We are talking about buildings that there are still buildings today as proof of this. We have pictures. We have everything for you today. We have everything. You're going to see it. All right? So, let's start with the 19th. Sorry. Told you. Feeling it. You feeling it? You riding this wave? You riding? All right. Let's go. 1920. Let's get in the fucking time machine. And let's go back. Right? And, okay, I'm sorry. 1908. Ether was on the periodic table. I want you to look it up. Dmitri Mendeleev. Okay. All right. He founded the periodic table. Right. And ether was on there. And just as I was talking about the other night about the ether being a very old science, we're going to show you. Okay. So, in 1896, Tesla created electricity, right? And we know the big players at the time were like J.P. Morgan and the Rothschilds, right? And Rockefeller, right? So they stopped funding Tesla. And ever since then, he was kind of suppressed. And he went off on his own, you know what I mean? Like, we think that he was the one that invented everything. Like, you got to understand, he was coming out with all these inventions back to back to back. He was just like flying out inventions, right? We haven't seen any scientists do this shit today. These scientists back then, look at Einstein, look at these people. They were just like, they went from, the science was like they just started understanding everything. And it's like, where did this come from, right? So there's a book called The Lexicon of the Builder's Atlas, 1870s, Builder's Atlas, Lexicon of Builder's Atlas, okay? And in there, you're going to see examples of the World Fair, right? 1870s, people, all right? You're going to see the World Fair. So the World Fair mainly was in Chicago. Okay, Chicago was like the Washington, D.C. back in the day, all right? So also, they had the St. Louis and they had Buffalo, New York. You're gonna go on Google. You're gonna type this in, and you're gonna see the most amazing buildings in architecture that you've ever seen in your life. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. You even see an eagle on some of these. Like you could see where the American eagle like kind of got inspired from, right? I'm talking walls that are 16 inches thick, beautiful granite, stone. Okay, fireproof buildings, right? All cathedral-like. All cathedrals. These were like, real Gothic type building, right? And just beautiful construction, acoustics, everything. All in America, okay? Chicago, St. Louis, Buffalo, right? And all the people around the world would come. They would come around the world like in boatloads, and they would come here and for the World Fair, and all the scientists would show their inventions. They'd have inventions of the day. They had solar panels, okay? Okay. They had wireless telephones that you plugged into the ground. They used the electricity from the ground, okay? Right? They had the craziest shit, and we're gonna show you guys this. They had cars, okay? They had cars in the 1800s. Do you think of it? They went 70 miles per hour and 400 miles on a full tank, okay? The cars today don't do that, right? It's the old world, This is the old world, but it looks better than our world. It's crazy, We're just told that these people were just in horse and buggies and blah blah blah. They had blimps in the 1700s, so they were all flying around. And if you look at these pictures, they're all whited out in the sky, right? So they're blocking out. They don't want you to see all the people flying around in balloons, right? I mean, like, their sidewalks were the size of our highways. They're sidewalks, right? So who were these for, right? Why is everything so big? You see, everybody's all out of place here, Yeah, in 1921, they had electricity-driven vehicles, electric cars, right? That would smoke our electric cars today, okay? So I know there's a certain frequency. It's like 7.83 hertz, right? And I think that was like, there's something about that frequency that has to do with the phone, the wireless phones, There's another book I got for you, The World's Workshop, okay? This is another book showing you all the inventions back in the day. And you'll see, like, they had giant clocks, like, in the ground, They had a bell from Russia that weighed 400,000 pounds, right? And 400,000 pounds. Okay, the Liberty Bell only weighs 1,500 pounds. And that's our bell. Imagine, how do you hoist a 400,000 pound bell and made out of gold and silver? Like, it's insane, right? So we know that energy, the electricity, we know it's kind of healing, like, think about Tesla was doing things to him. He was having visions, we know of certain frequencies that heal people, right? Why do birds sit on power lines? So, like, animals, they attract to certain frequencies. If you ever notice, if you have a dog, I got a dog, go watch your dog go to the bathroom. Every time it goes to the bathroom, it spins around, and then it faces east, and it goes to the bathroom in that direction, okay? Watch it. Watch your dog. Okay, take it out in the morning, find where the sun's rising, that's east. Watch your dog spin around and go face east when he goes to the bathroom. He's following the earth, okay? I told you we were going there, people. I told you. And it's amazing, right? What's some more we got? We got a cloud buster, right? Go look up a cloud buster. They know how to gets rid of clouds. They had great technology. They've been controlling the weather. If they could do this shit back then, I mean, we're talking 1800s, 1700s. Who knows how long? Look at these buildings. Sorry, that's where I wanted to go. So, as I was saying, they were fireproof, right? They would claim that these world fairs, they said, when people ask about these pictures, they say, they would put up these buildings, it would take them about a year, and then they dismantle it after the World Fair. You didn't fucking build this in a year. Get the hell out of here. And go look up the old post office of Chicago, right? Those are the walls that are 16 inches thick. Right? You think that burned down? No, go look at there's pictures of the destruction of these buildings. They look blown up, right? So it's crazy, and it makes you mad, right? And that's why I think they don't want to tell us. It's crazy that, how deep this goes, that we have just been, it's just like again and again, we keep digging up stuff that slaps us in the face, right? It's not like the whole world's crazy and they're sane. No, okay? Like, we're all seeing the same shit. So, it's a good thing. We're starting to wake up. We're starting to realize, why the fuck are we paying for electricity? Why are we, you know what I mean? Why are we doing all these stupid things? Why don't we have free energy? Why don't we have cars that actually run where we don't have to pay for this crazy money. You know what I mean? For just to own a car, all these fucking taxes. We could do so much. It's not like, it's not that hard. And I try to tell people it's about getting involved with your community. That's what it is. All right. Like, a lot of people like to think too big, right? Thinking big is good, but you got to start somewhere, right? You start in your community. It's about getting back to remembering that we used to be friendly neighbors. We used to love each other every day. Everything is beautiful, and it still is. Everyone still does, right? They just tell you that shit's crappy. But if you go walk outside, you can get along with anybody, right? Right. So, you just got to start realizing, no, life isn't bad. They're making it bad because we have microwaves in our house and LED lights that are just pegging us in the face all the time, right? We need to stop this shit. Like, I'm guilty too. I got to change things. We're all learning. We got to change this shit, right? It's about realizing it's what do we do now, right? Do we lie down? No. Do we just let it keep getting worse? No, you can't do that, right? And there's more. Almost everybody thinks this way. So we just need to start speaking about it openly more. Have these conversations openly, right? Stop worrying about what people think. Talk to people because we need to be like, all right, what is this technology? Why aren't we using it? Why are none of our kids interested in being politicians? Why don't we tackle this? Why don't we make it? Why is that so hard to do in a school system? Try doing something political, right? Why is it not taught and pushed and like encouraged to be a politician, right? Now you say, politicians are liars. You got to beat them at their own game, right? Right. I mean, at this point, this is what we got to do, Doesn't mean you can't change politics, right? There's always you come in there swinging, bro. That's what freedom of speech is. That's what this country is all about. This country is beautiful. This country is beautiful. The best document in the world, Declaration of Independence, okay? Best document ever made. This country is beautiful. We are beautiful.